Hello mortals, welcome back. I am Darklord Kaiser. This is the Talos principle, all of which you probably knew before starting the video because it's all in the title. So, a few bits of housekeeping to start with. First and foremost, I have to apologise for all the audio bugger-ups that seem to be happening in these recordings. For some reason, Audacity every now and then will decide that it doesn't need to record what I'm saying. It'll get halfway through a word, well, when I'm playing the recording back, it'll get halfway through a word, and then it will jump several seconds into the future, halfway through a different word. So I'm having absolutely no gap in the playback, and about, 10-15 seconds worth of audio that I know I've said just disappear. So I hope everyone enjoys March of the Spoons as much as I do, because you hear it quite a bit when I'm playing these games. Second bit of housekeeping, I need to say a massive thank you to a YouTuber by the name of Neo Rambler. He is an old university friend of mine, and I asked him for a bit of advice because he's been doing this for several years, so I thought it makes sense. I'll ask him if he's got any advice for getting started. So not only did he give me some advice, he was also kind enough to give me a shout out in one of his latest videos, which is not what I was expecting at all, so cheers Neo, much appreciated. I know I have about 2 subscribers, one of which is my other channel, but I'll stick your YouTube channel link in my description as some kind of recompense. Anyway, third bit of housekeeping is I've done a little bit of playing of this game off camera, mainly just looking around to see if I could find any of those secret stars. As it turns out, trying to hunt this bloody place for secrets is incredibly tedious. I spent, I don't know, maybe half an hour or so just looking in this one here and got absolutely no closer to finding where that bloody hidden star is. So, yeah, probably not going to do that too much, and you can thank your lucky stars, pun not intended till I said it, now pun intended, that I'm not wasting your time any more than usual hunting for those on screen. Anyway. I did discover something of interest, however, over here in Area 2, if I can remember how to get to it. So, go over here. Have I read this one? I've noticed also on my playbacks I've missed a lot of these that are very obvious when you're watching, and I've just completely blanked as I've been playing. So what is it? I can't tell if the documents on the terminals are all that's left from a larger archive or are carefully designed to communicate some hidden truth. Hey, it's Sheep. Sheep V69. I remember you. So, anyway, that's not what I wanted to show you. That's incidental. Okay, so I need to go this way. I think I have to... This map, considering there's like 3 puzzles on this particular area, this map is absolutely huge. So, aha, I found it. So it took me a good 5 minutes after finding this hidden little terminal all the way over here, trying to figure out what's the quickest route to get from the transporter to here, so I wasn't wasting any more of your time running around the coast, desperately going, I know there's a secret over here, I found it a minute ago. So, as I said, found a hidden terminal. Also found this, which doesn't seem to have any message on it, and I don't know whether the message doesn't unlock till I've read that, or whether that's a glitch, or what. So, I haven't looked at this terminal yet, because why would I? You know, it's content, something for you guys to see. So, let's see what it says. Use. Searching for localism. Error. You've got error, the human machine, and solutions. So, error log. What's our error log there? Cannot load archive, Milton John. John Milton being the author of Paradise Lost, which I made the reference correctly. Unfortunately, I forgot his name and thought he was called Milton something. Well, actually, no, it's John Milton. So, anyway, the first I oft remember, when from sleep I first awaked, and found myself reposed, numbers, upon a shade of... under a shade on flowers, much wondering where, and what I was, went hither brought, and how. That sounds fairly familiar, waking up in the arse end of nowhere with no idea how you got there. The human machine. Topic number 3. One day you discover that you are not a human being, but a machine. Your life so far was real, no one controlled you or programmed you to behave in some specific way. Your physical and mental capacities are identical to those of an organic life form. Are identical to those of an organic human being, but you were created in a lab. No one except you knows this. Your family, your friends, they all think you are a regular human being, just like themselves. You could continue to live your life the way you have done before, and nothing would change. How do you react? Pay specific attention to these questions. A. Does your concept of yourself change? Are you the same person you thought you were? Does your understanding of the world itself change? Do you reveal the information to others, or do you keep it to yourself? Why? Yeah, so the last piece obviously is just, this is clearly just an exercise for someone to do as part of an essay of some course of some or other. But it is an interesting little thing to think about. I love thought experiments. I've got several, very simple, admittedly, but several books on the subject. And it is worth thinking of, like, if you were to discover that you were a machine, now how would that affect? Would you? Obviously, there would be a lot of, but I bleed and all these other various physical questions you'll have to get over before you can get to the practicality of the thought experiments often aren't worth thinking about. It's the fundamental questions behind them you need to think about. So there's some homework for you people, because God knows I'm wasting enough of your time as it is. Solutions. Subject. All of these calm people are driving me mad. Have they all suddenly turned into Buddha or something? I didn't know the world had such reserves of serenity. Through these latter-day... Oh, I don't know how to pronounce that word. Gauthamas? No idea. Latter-day saints are at least being somewhat realistic. You know what's even worse? Those paranoid nutters who are building bunkers and collecting guns. Obvious America joke. I shouldn't make it, but I want to, so... America. What are they going to do? Shoot whatever that word's supposed to be? Though I have to admit, their overall response has been much better than I ever anticipated, to the point where I might be moved by the beauty of humanity if I wasn't such a grumpy old fart. This minority of total idiots is really messing up my final days. Anyway, the reason I'm writing this is because I refuse to believe in scenarios with absolutely no solutions. If we all put our heads together, we can figure something out. It'll be crazy, but crazy is better than dead. Crazy is what we do best on this planet. So, yeah, this is once again hinting to the fact that humanity in the well, I was going to say in the real world, but in the past as well, because in the time frame of this game, humanity's completely buggered itself. It's hard to tell whether it's, war or disease. I think, judging by the way there seems to be people have got time to sit down and think about what's going on, I think it's some kind of disease, but we never get an actual... As it turned out, the whole of humanity was wiped out by angry sentient parrots or whatever. It's just, humanity's dead, we're basically their last clutch at straws to try and make something of themselves. To make, a lasting impression of what humanity was. Anyway, so, that's what I wanted to show you over here. Now, if you remember from an earlier video, I forget specifically which one, but it'll be easy enough to find out. I went into... Where was it? Number 4. I went into this area here. And I spent absolute ages, well, minutes, trying to figure out what I was supposed to do with this thing over here. Now, on the playback, it became quite apparent what I was supposed to do over here. Because it was given away, as I suspected, it was given away in the titles of the puzzles. So if I go into this one over here, push it further. So, it's saying push it further because it's, it's starting over here, but you can't just go straight across, you've got to push it over here and over there. So that's the name for this puzzle here, but this is also one of the places you can see our little laser beam thingy over here. Now, if you go into this corner over here, hidden by this bush, you can see we've got a hidden star. But this little laser beam doodah here is red, and the laser that's in here is blue. So, what I did last time was, oh, there's a thing, and just shot the first laser I found at it, thinking it was the only one that could reach. I had got it completely backwards. I think I shot it from here up there, when actually I need to shoot something else up there and collect it from here. So, let's go do that now. Because the other one that gave the solution, not branch it out. Where was it? Don't cross the stream, no. I'm guessing it's this one. Just above all that, there we go. Above all that. So when I read that, my immediate thought was, oh, wherever it went, that was above all that, and then I couldn't find it, because I was looking in the wrong place. You have to go up here to be able to see it. It's right the way over there, which will become more apparent once I have collected this. I go up, I go above all that, I collect that, and I shoot it all the way over there. Bam! And now it's above all this. So now I can go back to the first one. I also discovered, just as a little side note, while I was messing around trying to find stuff to do, such as this, that I had a bad habit of running through the purple barriers. The game doing that strange thing it does, where it decides to not register the fact that I've stopped pressing buttons. So I went into a level that was full of exploding mines. I sprinted through the purple thing. The game decided to not stop me sprinting and ran me straight into one of the mines. So that was fun. And I connected to there. Hooray! We have got another little star. So, there we go. So that was what I did out. Well, I've obviously done it in here, but that was all the information I learnt while I was messing around out in the wider world. Let's go back to the next stage. Where did I get to? Here we are, number 5, because I've only done one thing on there. Okay, computer's not doing a beep boop at us, but it is worth noting now, since we found one in the other area, there are hidden terminals around. So yet another thing for me to waste time trying to find for her information. Alrighty. Did I read this one? I don't know. Let's find out. The more I converse to the terminals, the more I... Yeah, I read that one. I see the problem. There's no way of knowing which of these QR codes you've read and which ones you haven't. You know, having a mark appear next to them, just, you know, you read this, and then a little thing underneath it popping up just saying, like, read, or like a cross being put next to it or something. Some indication that you've read them before, so you can find new ones. Anyway, let's go get green straight line piece. Things to do with 2 boxes. I wonder if that's referencing stacking boxes, because there's not much else you can do with the damn things. Here are 2 boxes. I have a box. I can put a box on top of a box. But I can only carry one at a time. That is worth knowing. What's that up there? I don't know. We'll get to that later. But obviously that over there, that green thing is the thing I'm after. I was wondering what that yellow thing was right the way up there. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Thing on the doodah. Back over to the other box. Box. That's a lot of QR codes. I'll get back to that. I'll put that back. Right, and let's read these beauties. So what's this say? What's a hexahedron? A powerful device fashioned by the designer. A cube. The edges are beveled. That makes it a decahedron. You forgot the indents. With the indent, it's like a super polyhedron. But the convex hull is a decahedron. Topic closed. Wrong. That is an internet forum in a nutshell right there, isn't it? Messing over the pedantries, completely missing the overall point. I'm gonna go stay there. I think. So, I can get as close as I like with these things, it seems that the box stops it from getting close enough to explode. I wonder if that's true of me holding the thing. Let's find out. No. So, always worth experimenting with the mechanics on these to figure out what you can and can't do, because it doesn't tell you a huge amount in terms of specifics like that. It's very good at you know, teaching you basic mechanics. But as I said, every now and then it'll expect you to do a thing it hasn't told you can do. Which, as I said, we haven't got to yet, but you'll see. So, it does seem... Ah, too late. I was hoping I could put the box down slightly before it killed me, but nope. And I'm doing this, and it'll turn out I don't need to do it, or something equally obscure. You know, I'm trying to do this. It's occurred to me I won't be able to get the other box because it'll close the barrier. So I'm wondering if I'm being a stupid. Oh, I've had a thought. I think I know what I need to do. No, mistimed it. I'll try and explain my thought process here, game. I have a feeling that if I'm on a level above the explodey friends, they don't see me. Because if you notice, their lasers are all scanning the floor. So I'm wondering if I can wait. Oh. So I think if I let them, if I follow them closely until they get to the far end, put the box down when they change direction, and then stand on top of it, they'll... Nope! No, that wasn't it either. Okay. Well, you know what they say, let's try again. Righty-roo. Back through here. Right. What I will do is put that there, just for a minute so I can read what these say. What do you say? Epitaph, child program, whatever, terminated here. Logic, failed random memory test. Final memory dump, I try, again. I cannot understand, I am not enough. What is that? So that's someone got to this point and went, nope, I'm done, and I don't know, either gave up or suicided, or Elohim just went, well, this clearly isn't working, and struck him with a bolt of digital lightning. Oh. That's Neo Rambler popping up on my screen there. Oh, and there's someone giving a, you know, rest in peace, poor sod thing. I wonder if Bandicam will pick up the fact that Neo Rambler started playing a game. I hope it does, because otherwise I'm speaking gibberish, so... And da-da-da. So if I take that, this is going to pop back up again. And it'll always walk me over to the item. So I'm over here, and it's saying, oh, I can take it. But if I press A, without pressing any directional buttons, it'll just walk over and pick it up. So I can't cheat the system by standing on the other side of a laser and just sort of pulling it through before it goes. So, what's the plan here? Ah, nope, that was not a good plan. But I think I have seen what the actual solution may be. I think because the two explodey friends, I've got to come up with a better name for them than that, but for now I'm calling them explodey friends. Because they're in lockstep, going, you know, up at the same time, down at the same time, I think if I use my not a cube, like that, I can get them so they're going at complete opposites to each other. So now that's as far away from that as I'm possibly going to get it. So if I let that go back over there, run into this corner, I can slip through. There we go. Now if I need to get my box back again later, then I can do it so that they're not going in lockstep. So I've always got a bit of a path to run through. So that's certainly what I'm going to need to do, because I'm going to need the box to get over here. So now I know that's the solution. Ah, damn it. That's one of the slightly irritating things about this game, when you know the solution, but keep exploding yourself, so you have to restart the entire thing. You know, a little sort of mid-level checkpoint would be quite useful. Okay, I figured out I need to put a box on there to open that up. Can we take it as read that I don't need to do that every time now? No, it would sort of break the game a bit, but I'll put that there. So now those guys are going like that, completely different. I'll run over into this corner here, wait for that to get like that. There we go. Thing, jump, jump. Oh, for the record, there is a button that makes you just jump normally, but for some reason it just sort of, you know, puts footprints and goes, you can just jump there, you know. Okie dokie, green thing. Oh, QR code, what do you say? If the designer is perfect and he designed me for a purpose, I must be fit for that purpose. It follows that my purpose must not be to seek and hoard every sigil in his land, for so many are beyond the faculties he granted me. Now that's an interesting idea. So this guy's seeing this star, went, I ain't got no idea how to get that, thus it must be designed that I don't get that, because I think my musings are annoying Elohim. I'll keep going, stop raining on me. But, yeah, anyway, what's this say? I don't understand why the designer chose to put such flaws into the world, that it appears almost as if it were damaged. But I must believe that there is purpose here I cannot see. So yeah, it would seem strange that a perfect divine being would create this place from scratch for the purpose of his children, and go, here's a bit of broken wall to play on. Yay! And a nice little mill here. It's a dog! I like dogs. This is a good boy. Anyway, let's pop up the ladder. So it's curious, the star I could see, I won't be able to get to it now, but I don't think, was on the other side of a wall behind a field, you know, laser field. Wow, these glitches are getting worse. So it's actually showing me a star that was in a different level. This level. Is this the level? That can't be right. There was nowhere to go up here. Curiouser and curiouser. Anyway, I think that's enough time wasted looking at stars I can't get, or talking about looking for stars I couldn't get. No news from our little bleepy friend. So, I'll call that an episode. Thank you for watching, and bye.